Good morning student, hope all of you are doing well. Today I will revise chapter 1 matter. Okay, so at first we have to know about we have to recall what is matter. So what is matter? So anything that has mass and occupies space is called matter. In nature, matter can exist in three states. First one is the solid, liquid and gas. Okay, so matter is also made up of an element is a basic building block of all matter. So what is the definition of element? Element is a substance that cannot be subdivided into two or more simpler substances by any physical or chemical method. Okay, so the smallest unit of element is called atom. So what is an atom? Atom is the smallest unit of an element that may or may not have an independent existence, but always takes part in any chemical reaction. And when two or more atoms combine together and make a molecule. Okay, so what is the molecule? Molecule is the smallest unit of an matter, and which have an independent existence, but it always carries any physical or chemical properties of the matter. Okay, let's see. So kinetic theory. So atoms and molecules are in a constant motion. So according to the kinetic theory of matter, it states that all matter is made up of atoms and molecules which are in continuous state of motion. Okay, so you see here, this is that molecules arrangement of the solid. This is the molecule arrangement of liquid, and this one is the gas. So you see here that you see that molecules are very closely packed. So what is kind of the arrangement of molecules in solid? They are closely packed together, and in liquid is loosely packed together, and in gas is far apart to each other. Each molecules are very far apart to each other. And now you see that what is the movement of molecules? Because they are is very closely packed, so that's why that they move about their fixed position. But here they move around other molecules, and here in gas they move around freely and independently. They cover an entire occupied or entire space of that container. Okay, so kinetic energy of molecules in solid is least amount, is more in liquid is more than solid, and is much more than solid and liquids. So according to their kinetic theory, to explain different states of matter in this way. Okay, so these things already I discussed in my previous video. You see here that what is the arrangement of the molecules. So you can understand in here they are very closely packed, so that's why it is here intermolecular space is very negligible. So intermolecular force of attraction is more here, and here is if we compare with the solid, then it have intermolecular force is less than solid, but intermolecular space is more than solid. In gas, the intermolecular space, because the molecules are far apart to each other, so that's why intermolecular space is is more than solid and liquids, and here the intermolecular force of attraction is very less because the molecules are far apart to each other. So that's why the intermolecular force of attraction is very less or negligible. Okay, and you see here we will see the very important parts of the change of state. So in here we will see that through the different examples how that the change of state. So change of state means we know the matter can exist in nature in three states: solid, liquid and gas. So that's three states, how they can change, those things is very important. Here we will explain these things according to the kinetic theory of matter. Okay, let's see. So you see here in solid the molecules have low kinetic energy. So according to their kinetic theory, we have seen that in solid the molecules have low kinetic energy and are locked into their position due to the strong intermolecular force of attraction. So when a solid is heated, so when this solid is gaining heat, so or its temperature is increased, these molecules gain energy and start moving faster. So these molecules start moving faster. When enough heat is supplied, they break free from their fixed position and change into liquid state. Okay, so this process is known as melting or fusion. You can say it melting or fusion. So due to the strong intermolecular force of attraction, the molecules, we know that in solid they have a low kinetic energy. So when they gain energy, heat or more, when they are gaining more energy, they start moving and they break free from their fixed position and change into the liquid state. So this process is called melting or fusion. So one example, you see that you take some ice from your refrigerator and put those ice in a glass, keep it outside the refrigerator for 10 to 15 minutes. What you will see? You will observe that ice gradually melts into water in that liquid form. Okay, so this occurs because that room temperature is higher than the temperature inside the refrigerator. Because inside, when that ice is inside the refrigerator, the temperature is different from our room temperature. Room temperature is higher than the temperature inside the refrigerator. So that's why when we take out that ice from the refrigerator, they will melt and convert into a water. So this process is called melting or fusion. Okay, let's see. Now we will see the opposite conversion in between liquid to solid. So solid to liquid conversion we have seen. Now we will see the freezing. So liquid to solid. So here you see molecules in a liquid have some more kinetic energy than solid. So here in molecules in a liquid have some kinetic energy and move about freely in a container. So they are moving. See, this arrow sign is denoted that they are moving freely in a container. When a liquid is cooled, okay, the molecules moving around the volume of liquid lose kinetic energy and they slow down. Eventually the force of attraction becomes strong. Eventually that force of attraction becomes strong enough to lock them into their fixed position. At this position, a liquid becomes solid in which the molecules vibrate at their fixed position. The process is known as freezing. So here actually they have a more kinetic energy than a solid. So when you lose the temperature or lose their energy, so they are have a strong enough intermolecular force of attraction to lock them into a fixed position. So we know that in solid their molecules cannot move to each other. They just only vibrate at their fixed position. So this way the liquid changes into solid, and this process is called the freezing. Liquid water you see is converted into ice. So this process is called freezing. So if you take water, you take in a glass from a tap, and it is a liquid state. So this water is in liquid state. So keep this glass in refrigerator from about 2 to 3 hours, and then you take it out. What you will see? You will observe that the water has changed into ice. Ice means solid state. So water changes into ice, then it is cooled to a temperature below 0 degrees centigrade. Okay, so this way the water changes into ice. So this process is called, this conversion is called freezing. Okay, so here the third step is that you say the change of state, boiling or vaporization. Okay, in boiling, what is the conversion in between? In between liquid to gas. So in a liquid, you see here in a liquid, so in a liquid, water is a liquid. So I am taking this example, water is a liquid. So in a liquid, the molecules relatively have more energy than solid and move about freely in a container. So when a liquid is heated, so when this liquid is gaining heat, the molecules gain more energy and start moving faster and move further apart when the volume of the liquid. So when enough heat is supplied, they eventually break away from the surrounding molecules and escape as gas. Okay, so when that this liquid gaining heat, so when it gaining a enough heat or more energy when that liquid gaining, that time that these molecules moving faster and move further apart to within the volume of the liquid, and they break away from the surrounding molecules and escape as gas. So this conversion liquid to gas, this conversion is called boiling, or process is called boiling or vaporization. So for example, you take a bowl and you put some water in that bowl and heat a bowl of liquid water till it starts boiling. Okay, up to that time you just start when it start boiling, up to that time you just give the heat. As the water boils, you will see steam coming out. So see this is the steam. So steam is coming out from this bowl, so and of water, and disappearing in air. And when the steam is disappearing in the air, you have seen already, I think when you boil the water, you seen the steam is coming out, and then we cannot see where the steam is going on. Okay, so if you let the water boil for 10 minutes or more, you will notice that the level of water decreasing. So when this start boiling, after that, if you boil this water from long time, you will see the level of this water, if that water will be that much, you will start decreasing, and then after a long time you will see that that water will disappear. So this is because that water on boiling changes into water vapor, means gaseous state. So water on boiling changes into water vapor, means water vapor. So it is a water vapor means it's a gaseous state and it evaporates. Okay, so this way, and this process is called boiling or vaporization. So one thing important things is that if you asking any question is what is the boiling point, or or boiling that time you write that the temperature. So means that temperature at that is a point, so where that it's start boiling or start evaporates from liquid to gas, so that is called the boiling point. Or if your question is asking about what is melting point, so you write that temperature at which, so that is a one point. So these things is don't mix up, don't write the process is called boiling, or when is asking about that boiling, that time you write starts the definition with that process. But when is asking about that boiling point, so means it is at a particular temperature, so you mention that the temperature at which that water starts boils is called boiling point. Okay, let's see the condensation. What is the conversion in between? So condensation is gas to liquid. So here is liquid to gas. So opposite conversion is here, reverse conversion. As condensation is gas to liquid. So here you see in a gas the water the molecules have much more energy than the solid and liquids. So they move freely at a high speed. When a gas is cool, so when you remove that heat, so progressively the free moving molecules start losing kinetic energy and start slowing down. Eventually the force of attraction, so here the force of attraction between that colliding molecules becomes strong enough to hold them together. Okay, so and at this point a gas begins to condense into liquid. This process is called condensation. So if for example you see here, I have taken some ice in this glass. So you observe after few minutes this outside of the, you will see that water droplets on the outer surface of this glass. This is because when air comes in contact with that cold glass, because when you put the ice in that glass, so means that temperature of this inside of this glass is changed. So you feel that when you hold this glass, you feel that the glass is a little bit cold. So you will observe that the droplets are on the outer surface of the glass, because this is you see these droplets of the outside side of the glass. This is because when the air comes in contact with the cold glass, it cools down, and the water vapors present in an air condense to form water droplets. Okay, that's why you can see water droplets. Okay, let's see that another conversion. So you see here the another conversion to conversion is the sublimation and deposition. So what is sublimation? This is the conversion in between solid to gas, and deposition is the conversion in between gas to solid. So we will see these things through one example. Okay, let's see. Say you take some sodium ammonium chloride. So you take some sodium ammonium chloride in a dish. So this is a dish. So if you put some sodium solid ammonium chloride, so solid ammonium chloride in a dish and heat it gently, you will observe that the solid ammonium chloride changes into the white vapor. So you see this you can see this white vapor as comes out from this dish, and also you can observe the change which is directly from the solid to the gaseous state. So this ammonium chloride is a solid. When you see that white vapor is coming out, so means solid is directly changes to gas without goes through that liquid state. So which is directly from the solid to the gaseous state, that's why it is called the sublimation. So okay, if you place an inverted funnel, so you take this inverted funnel and on the top of this china dish, so this is a china dish. If you put a inverted funnel on the top of this china dish, the vapors condense to form an white residue again. So again you will get the deposition of the ammonium chloride vapor. Okay, you will see this here. So here also the gas is directly changes to the solid. So this is actually that process is called the deposition. So here when you heat that ammonium chloride, the ammonium chloride is converted to a white vapor. So solid to directly will go through that gas. So they have sublimation and here deposition. So for through that one example, we can see sublimation as well as deposition. Okay, let's see that the last part of this change of state is evaporation. So evaporation actually that this is a conversion in between liquid and gas. So according to the kinetic theory, the temperature is a measure of average kinetic energy, so possessed by the molecules of matter. This means that until the liquid starts boiling, there are always the molecules with high kinetic energy as well as the molecules with low kinetic energy. So some molecules gain sufficient kinetic energy to break free from the surface of the liquid and escape. This slow escape of liquids and gas molecules is known as evaporation. Okay, so see this is so these are the wet cloths. So wet cloths kept in sun become dry due to water evaporating into water vapor from their surface. Although in both evaporation and vaporization, the matter changes from the liquid state to the gaseous state. So you see here, if you when we dry this cloth under the sun, so how this water vapor evaporates. Water evaporates as water vapor. So and that cloth will dry. So they both evaporation and vaporization, the matter changes from the liquid state to the gaseous state. And here also in vaporization also you see that liquid state to gaseous state, and evaporation also liquid state to gaseous state. But what is the difference? What is the difference between evaporation and vaporization? These things is very much important. These things we will see now. Okay, so let's see. So you see here, what is the difference between evaporation and vaporization? In evaporation can take place at all temperatures. Okay, and vaporization takes place only at the fixed temperature, which is boiling point of the liquid. and evaporation is a slow and gradual process. Vaporization is a fast process. At the boiling point, liquid quickly changes into gaseous state. So it is a slow process, it is a very fast process. Evaporation occurs only at the surface of the liquid, okay, but vaporization is during vaporization entire liquid undergoes the changes. Because you see here, if you notice one thing, when you dry the wet cloth under the sun, that time that only that surface of the liquid which changes to the liquids to gaseous state. But here when you boil that water, that time that always the water levels also decreasing, so entire liquid undergoes the change. So entire liquid will be converted to the vapor, okay. So here actually evaporation has a cooling effect on the surface from which it occurs, and vaporization does not have a cooling effect, rather it heats up the matter, okay. So this the differentiation is very much important. This is very important. So you please remember what is the difference between evaporation and vaporization. Both actually it looks like the same things, but some differences will be there. So you have to remember those things. What is the difference between evaporation and vaporization, okay. And here actually I have made a one mind map. You remember that helps you to remember the conversion in between the change of state, solid to liquid. See here that energy increases means so it's males, and here you freezing energy decreases, liquid to solid here. So if this mind map, you please remember, try to draw it, and you please remember, this help you to remember what is the conversion in between and what is this called, okay. Thank you, student.